There is a strange expectation placed upon women, a silent but constant pressure that whispers, "You must find someone or you are incomplete." But let me ask you, who decided that a woman's completeness depends on another person? If a woman is single for a long time, society looks at her with concern, sometimes with pity, as if she is waiting in the corner of life for someone to pick her, for someone to give her validation. But let me tell you this, she is not waiting, she is living. Being single is often misunderstood. Many assume that a woman who remains single for a long time is lonely, incomplete, or searching for something missing in her life. But in reality, being single is not a sign of loneliness. It is a mark of self-sufficiency. It is the ability to stand tall, to embrace life with open arms, and to create happiness without waiting for someone else to provide it. A woman who is single for a long time is not waiting to be rescued. She has already saved herself. She has learned to navigate life's challenges with her own strength, to make decisions based on her own wisdom, and to find joy in her own company. She is not afraid of quiet moments because she has filled them with purpose. She does not fear solitude because she has turned it into an opportunity for growth. The world may often link happiness with companionship, but a woman who embraces her singleness understands that fulfillment does not come from external sources. It comes from within. She has built a life she loves, filled with passions, ambitions, and dreams. She does not rely on someone else to provide her with emotional security because she has cultivated that within herself. She does not seek validation from a relationship because she knows her worth is not defined by her relationship status. Her independence is not a rebellion against love, nor is it a rejection of companionship. It is simply an acknowledgement that she is complete on her own. She enjoys the freedom to pursue her goals, to travel where her heart desires, to build a career that fulfills her, and to make choices based on her own aspirations rather than societal expectation. She is not avoiding love. She is ensuring that when love enters her life, it is a love that adds value rather than fills a void. A woman who is self-sufficient does not settle. She does not rush into relationships out of fear of being alone, because she has already discovered that solitude is not something to fear, but something to cherish. She is content, not because she has given up on love, but because she has prioritized the most important relationship of all, the one she has with herself. And in that self-sufficiency, she finds a strength and confidence that radiates beyond her, proving that a single woman is not incomplete. She is simply whole in her own right. A woman alone is often perceived as vulnerable, as if she is missing a crucial piece of her life. Society teaches us to believe that strength comes from companionship, that a woman needs a partner to shield her from life's storms. But the truth is, a woman alone is not weak. She is in the process of learning to be her own strength. When a woman walks alone, she is not fragile. She is building resilience. She faces life's difficulties head-on, not because she has no choice, but because she refuses to rely on someone else to fight her battles. She learns to make decisions with confidence, to embrace the weight of responsibility, and to navigate uncertainty with courage. Every challenge she overcomes adds another layer to her strength, making her more capable than she was before. There is a certain kind of power in solitude. A woman who stands alone learns to trust herself, to listen to her own voice without the influence of others, and to rely on her own instincts. She understands that true strength is not found in the presence of another person, but in the ability to hold herself together when life tries to break her. She becomes her own anchor, her own protector, and her own guide. People may look at her and wonder why she chooses to walk this path alone, but they fail to see the transformation taking place. They do not see the quiet moments where she discovers her purpose, the nights she spends working toward her dreams, or the days she stands tall despite the pressures of the world. She is not waiting for someone to complete her. She is becoming whole on her own. Strength is not about never falling. It is about rising every time life knocks you down. A woman who learns to be her own strength understands this better than anyone. She does not crumble under the weight of loneliness, nor does she seek validation in the arms of another. Instead, she builds herself up, brick by brick, shaping herself into a force that cannot be broken. She is not weak. She is becoming unshakable. And when the time comes, if she chooses to let someone into her life, it will not be because she needs them, but because she wants them, because she has already found her own strength within. Life is a constant journey, always moving forward, always evolving. Yet so many people believe that without companionship, life is somehow incomplete, as if it is meant to pause until the right person arrives. If it is meant to pause until the right person arrives, but life does not stop for anyone. It does not wait for a relationship to begin before it starts unfolding its lessons, opportunities, and experiences. Life moves forward with purpose, regardless of who walks beside you. A woman who is single for a long time understands this truth better than most. She does not put her dreams on hold while waiting for someone to join her. She does not delay her happiness, hoping that love will come and give her life meaning. Instead, she embraces every moment, knowing that her journey is hers alone to shape. She sets goals, pursues passions, and creates a future based on her own desires, not on the expectation of companionship. There is power in choosing to move forward without waiting for external validation. A woman who lives with purpose knows that her happiness is not dependent on a relationship. She finds joy in the little things, her career, her hobbies, her personal growth. She does not measure her worth by whether or not she has a partner. She measures it by the impact she makes, the wisdom she gains, and the strength she builds along the way. When life is lived with purpose, it is never stagnant. Each day brings new opportunities to learn, to explore, to evolve. A woman who understands this does not sit on the sidelines hoping for love to give her direction. Instead, she creates her own path. She makes choices that align with her values. She surrounds herself with people who uplift her, and she embraces the journey, knowing that love, if and when it comes, will only be a complement, not a necessity. People often assume that being single means something is missing, but a woman who moves forward with purpose knows that nothing is missing. She is whole as she is. She does not live in the what if or the someday. She lives in the now, making the most of every opportunity, knowing that the most fulfilling life is the one that is lived fully, regardless of whether or not someone else is by her side. Her purpose is not to wait. It is to grow, to thrive, and to become the best version of herself, because life does not pause for companionship, and neither does she. A woman who remains single for a long time often faces endless questions. Society wonders why she has not settled down, as if her worth is measured by whether or not she has a partner. People assume that something must be missing in her life, that she must be searching for someone to complete her. But a woman's value is not tied to her relationship status. Her worth is not defined by who stands beside her. It is defined by who she is. From a young age, women are taught that love, marriage, and companionship are the ultimate milestones of success. They are conditioned to believe that happiness is something found in another person, not within themselves. But a woman who has spent time alone, who has carved out a life for herself, knows better. She understands that her accomplishments, her character, and her strength are what truly define her. When a woman refuses to conform to expectations, people will question her choices. They will assume she is too picky, too independent, or too focused on herself. They will try to convince her that she needs someone to be complete. But she knows that completeness is not something another person can give her. It is something she has built for herself. She refuses to settle for less than she deserves just to meet someone else's standards. She refuses to let the world dictate her happiness. There is immense power in a woman who knows her worth. She does not seek validation through relationships, nor does she allow others to define her success. She finds fulfillment in her passions, her growth, and the life she has created. She understands that love, when it comes, should be a choice, not a necessity. It should be something that adds to her life, not something she depends on to feel valued. Despite the questions, despite the pressure, she stands firm in her truth. She does not let the opinions of others shake her confidence. She knows that real happiness is not found in meeting expectations, but in embracing who she truly is. And in that confidence, she finds freedom. freedom to live, to thrive, and to define her life on her own terms. Because a woman's worth is never measured by her relationship status. It is measured by the strength, wisdom, and authenticity she carries within her. A single woman is not waiting for love to complete her. She is using her time to build herself into the person she is meant to be. She understands that love should not be a rescue, nor should it be a solution to an incomplete life. Instead, love should be a beautiful addition to an already fulfilling existence. That is why she focuses on herself first, so that when love comes, it finds her whole, not searching for someone to fill the gaps within her. There is a certain strength in a woman who takes the time to understand herself. She embraces solitude, not as loneliness, but as an opportunity for growth. She explores her passions, hones her skills, and deepens her sense of self-worth. She builds a life that excites her, filled with dreams, ambitions, and experiences that shape her into a strong, independent individual. She does not look for someone to validate her existence because she already knows her value. When a woman prioritizes her personal growth, she creates a foundation that is unshakable. She learns to stand on her own, to face challenges with resilience, and to navigate life without depending on another person to carry her through it. She becomes emotionally and mentally strong, ensuring that when love does enter her life, it is not out of desperation, but out of choice. She will not settle for a love that weakens her. She will only accept a love that respects and uplifts her. People often rush into relationships searching for security or happiness, hoping that another person will bring them fulfillment. But a woman who has built herself first knows that happiness is not something that someone else provides. It is something she creates within herself. She does not fear being alone because she has found joy in her own company. She does not enter relationships seeking completion. Instead, she brings her full self into them, ready to share her life rather than depend on another to shape it for her. When love comes, it will not find a woman who is waiting to be saved. It will find a woman who has already built a life she loves. It will find a woman who knows who she is, what she wants, and what she deserves. And because she has taken the time to grow, she will recognize a love that is true, a love that does not complete her but complements the person she has already become. A woman who truly understands her worth does not sit around waiting to be chosen. She does not put her life on pause, hoping that someone will come along and give her validation. Instead, she chooses herself. She chooses her dreams, her happiness, and the life she wants to create, with or without a partner. She knows that she is not defined by who picks her. She is defined by the choices she makes for herself. For generations, women have been conditioned to believe that their ultimate fulfillment comes from being wanted, from being chosen by a partner, by society, by external expectations. But a woman who chooses herself first breaks free from that mindset. She refuses to seek approval in someone else's gaze. She does not wait for a relationship to give her direction. She creates her own path. She dreams boldly. She works relentlessly. And she builds a life that is rich with passion, meaning, and independence. This kind of woman understands that happiness is not something to be given. It is something to be cultivated. She does not chase relationships out of fear of being alone. She embraces solitude as a time for growth and self-discovery. She makes decisions that align with her values, investing in experiences that bring her fulfillment rather than settling for companionship that does not serve her. She travels, she learns, she evolves, not because she is avoiding love, but because she is prioritizing herself. When a woman chooses herself, she sets a new standard. She refuses to settle for half-hearted love or relationships built on insecurity. She does not need someone to choose her in order to feel valued because she has already chosen herself. And when love does come, it will not find a woman who is desperate to be wanted. It will find a woman who is whole, confident, and already deeply fulfilled. People may wonder why she is not chasing after love, why she is not waiting for someone to complete her. But she knows the truth. She does not need to be chosen because she has already made the most most powerful choice of all. She has chosen her dreams, her happiness, and the life she wants to live. And in doing so, she has become the kind of woman who does not need validation from the world because she has already found it within herself. So, to every woman who has walked this path alone, know this: you are not incomplete and you are not waiting. You are building, growing, and thriving. Your worth is not measured by who chooses you, but by how boldly you choose yourself. One day, if love finds its way into your life, it will not define you. It will simply walk beside you, honoring the person you have already become. Until then, and even beyond, keep choosing yourself, your dreams, and your happiness. Because the most powerful woman is not the one who is chosen by others, but the one who has already chosen herself.